Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum brothers and sisters. If you're watching this video and it's Salah time, please pause it and go pray and come back when you're done. As regular viewers will know, there has been some online controversy recently to do with a battle of the genders between Muslims in the West. Firstly, in Islam we are told there are only two genders, male and female. I'm not making fun of any liberal ideology by saying this, I'm simply giving you the facts of my religion. And speaking of liberal ideologies, as a woman I must admit that it is worrying that many of our Muslim sisters are speaking from a Western feminist perspective these days. The reason for that may be because of ignorance and a lack of knowledge due to sisters growing up in cultural Muslim households where Islam is not practiced. Or maybe revert sisters still having traces of their previous belief systems before they were Muslim. And worst of all, it could be due to some sisters putting liberalism before Islam to suit themselves. A prime example of this is a post from a Muslim sister I have a lot of respect for, Dr Myriam Francois, where she refers to Muslim guys as F-boys posing as holy men and calls for women to boycott dawah boys as she refers to them. Astaghfirullah. This is unnecessary bad language and disrespectful to our brothers. The sister is a revert, but she has been Muslim for close to 20 years now, I believe. And like I said, I have nothing but love for her and support the brilliant journalistic and political work she has done for Palestine and for Muslim women. But in this instance, I disagree with her. And this reflects the larger problem I see emerging for our sisters in the West, where some sisters are taking a liberal stance over an Islamic one when it comes to the roles of men and women. Brother Mohammed Hijab, who I also have nothing but respect for how he has defended our deen and ummah over the years, called this out by asking what the problem was and why the sister was making such statements. And in response, the sister proceeded to block him, which I suppose is better than escalating the situation further. To give context, the sister was referring to recent viral accusations made by another sister towards another brother. I have to say to all the sisters, why are we emulating non-Muslim women in how we are dressing and conducting ourselves? And why are we emulating them in the language they use to demonize their men? In the Qur'an it tells us that men are guardians of women and we must not be ill in our conduct towards them. My sisters, don't let liberalism poison your mind. Long before these ideologies were even a thing, Islam was the only religion that gave women the right to an education, property rights, the right of inheritance, and freedom of marriage and divorce. Similar rights were not available to women in Europe for many centuries after the advent of Islam. According to Islam, men and women are different yet complementary in their roles and in their natures, but not different in status. In the Qur'an it states, whoever does good works, whether male or female, and is a believer shall enter heaven. Using terms like F-boys like a feminist would, or dawah boys like an Islamophobe would, shows division and damages the image of our men. All grievances between Muslims should be handled internally, behind the scene and within our own communities. And that's not to say every man is innocent. Many brothers also need to learn manners, self-control, and how to be more tactful when they deal with the opposite gender. But above all, we must always follow Islam, not conservative ideologies, not liberal ideologies, not red pill, and not feminism. We have to go back to the deen and perform the roles of men and women in regards to our conduct, modesty, and respect as authorized by Allah SWT. Brother Muhammad and Sister Maryam are two very intelligent people and two big voices on the same side of many issues, especially when it comes to Palestine. We must appear united at all times, and even when we're not, we must work towards being so, because we have so many people trying to tear us down, and ultimately because we are fellow Muslims. Thank you for watching. Make sure to join my free Telegram group via the link in the description, where we as Muslims can speak freely and without censorship. And remember to like, subscribe, and become a channel member for access to exclusive content. Until next time, inshallah, Jazakallah khair.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allah.